Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that we're going to talk about tonight, you are going to be enthralled, because it turns out that the Democrats in the gun control caucus are turning on each other for more radical options. Oh, just wait until you see this. This is going to set your hair on fire. Please send this one out and let me know what you guys think in the comments field below. Now, per usual, everything is linked so you can get more information, and make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. We are distributing freedom twice daily on this channel, and we'd love to have you along for the ride. And the content today is brought to you by SDI. Now, SDI can help you turn that hobby that you love into a career. Sonoran Desert Institute offers online courses all the way from gunsmithing to ballistics, woodworking and finishes, shooting, sports management, and more, plus all the tools and materials shipped directly to your door. There's never been a better time to turn that hobby into a career, so what are you waiting for? There's a link in the description box below, and thank you so much to SDI for making this content possible. All right, my brothers and sisters, we have got to talk about something, because there's something amiss inside the Democratic Gun Control Caucus. Listen to this. This Democrat has led an anti-gun violence group in Congress for a decade. Now some want a change. This is a Mainline Source. This is NBC. Black caucus members and activists are pointing to Representatives Lucy McBath and Robin Kelly as potential successors. But Representative Mike Thompson said he's still effective and is not going anywhere. So this entire article is written around the idea that there's time for new blood from NBC, with some activists calling for more. In the Gun Control Anti-Violence Caucus, they're trying to push out the guy who's in charge of it, and he's like, nah, I'm not going anywhere. So they're going to write a whole article about it. Wait until you see this, because the subtitle is pretty much where this whole thing's going. Check this out. June 28th, that would be today. Washington, days after the Sandy Hook Elementary School massacre in 2012, then Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi tapped Representative Mike Thompson, a Vietnam veteran and lifelong hunter, to lead a new group to find ways to work with Republicans to stop gun violence. Ooh, he's a hunter, therefore he must represent the Second Amendment. Anyway. More than a decade later, Thompson is still chairman of the Gun Violence Prevention Task Force, and gun deaths in America are soaring. Side note, interesting how the most comprehensive, sweeping gun law in 30 years has passed, but still no results because it was never implemented. Interesting how they don't say that. They're blaming it on the Gun Violence Prevention Task Force. You can't make this up. Let's continue. Some Democratic lawmakers and gun control activists now say a more aggressive approach and new leadership is needed from the little-known task force to paint a sharper contrast between the two parties. A sharper contrast between Republicans and Democrats, and a more aggressive approach than universal background checks, AR bans, mag bans, 1,000% taxes on ARs. Anything else that you'd like to throw in there? What else could possibly be more aggressive to draw a distinction from the Republicans? Yeah. This is what we're dealing with right now, but the push is clearly all around one specific immutable characteristic. What do you know? Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, Democrat in New York, a congressional Black Caucus member who succeeded Pelosi as the top House Democrat in January, is aware of the concerns and ultimately has the power to replace Thompson or keep him in place. Isn't it weird how that same immutable definition and characteristic keeps coming up? Let's hear some more. Some Black Caucus members have pointed to two of their own, Representatives Lucy McBath and Robin Kelly, as obvious successors to Thompson. They argue that two women have been more effective messengers about the need for gun reform, turning up the heat on recalcitrant Republicans by speaking about their personal experiences with the gun violence that has ravaged Black communities. Do you see the angle that they're going here? Well, interestingly enough, Representative Thompson, the guy who was tapped by Nancy Pelosi, the best speaker in the history of the House, yeah, he's a white guy. Ooh. Ugh. We're gonna put a pin in that one because it's coming. Just wait. So, let's talk about McBath. One gun control activist said that Thompson, the father of a deputy sheriff and firefighter, was once a very effective leader, but that there was now a strong desire for change. Really, what could be the strong desire for change? Again, okay, I'm just going to leave that alone. Here we go. Quote, he's a white guy with law enforcement ties. And it's not a white guy issue anymore, said the activist. No, you don't need law enforcement to get behind the issue to get votes. You don't need law enforcement to get behind the issue to justify a particular piece of legislation. That time has come and gone. So it's not that he's a white guy. It's the fact that he's law enforcement. Anyone else doing this? What do you think the repercussions be on that one in the media or in just popular culture? Anyway, now let's get this down and boil this down really essentially. You've got the Democrats talking about the Gun Violence Prevention Task Force not being aggressive enough, coming from the Democrat side of the aisle. So they want to go more aggressive, and they want to draw more distinction away from the Republicans. You cannot get any more of a distinction away from the Republicans. It's almost not possible. And that's where they're at. This is something that we're going to be following because where there's smoke, there's fire, and these types of things don't just come out on a whim, and you will see this again, and we will be right there to cover it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.